Hey everybody, Tyler from Calicut Reviews here to review the Shrek spin-off animated film Puss in Boots. So this movie is basically the backstory of how Puss in Boots became the kind of person he is in the Shrek movies from 2 to Forever After, in which we get the backstory of how he was a fugitive back in his days, and he gets roped into this job with his former sidekick Humpty Dumpty and Kitty Softpaws, voiced by Salma Hayek, in which they're going to steal these beans from Jack and Jill in order to get these golden goose eggs that will make them rich for the rest of their lives. Going into Puss in Boots, I was kind of keeping my expectations on half and half because I haven't really been a huge fan of the Shrek franchise since the second one. I watched parts of the third one and I shut it off after maybe 15 minutes. Oh god, Shrek the Third. Bad memories right there. And I'll still refuse to see the fourth one because of my resentment of the third one, the fact that the fourth one didn't do as well. So going to this, I kept my expectations at a middle scale, and in the end, I got exactly what I wanted, a solid animated film. Voice casting by all the actors is great. Antonio Banderas is Puss in Boots. He's got the charm, the charisma, the background of playing El Mariachi in the Mexico trilogy, and Zorro as well. It just translates perfectly to this type of character. And there's just nobody that can voice this kind of character because Antonio Banderas had already emulated all the aspects and qualities that Puss in Boots has in past movies. In what is probably the 100th collaboration between Antonio Banderas and her, Salma Hayek also does a pretty good job voicing Kitty Softpaws. Just whenever they do a film together, they always have decent chemistry with each other, and you can definitely tell it even within voice acting for this film. Zach Galifianakis was kind of 50-50 on me as Humpty Dumpty. He did a decent voice for the character, and he did have me laughing quite a few parts, but there were those points where he also got on my nerves a bit too, in which that's pretty much become a trend after his movies since The Hangover, in which his character is funny a bit, but then you just really want to slap him because of how annoying he gets. Now the humor is very good here. It doesn't rely on a lot of kitty jokes. It relies on good writing, and there's a lot of cat puns. I'll warn you right now, this movie will set a world record for having cat jokes in there. But a lot of them are done in a very clever manner, which had me laughing a lot throughout the film. The animation, as usual, DreamWorks has succeeded yet again. The animation for the characters, there's great design with all the textures of the animals, and even for the settings as well. Once again, bravo DreamWorks. And the movie is very fun too. It keeps you interested whether you're laughing or marveling at all the action scenes happening, which, while they're not very stellar, they're still pretty decent. It's all around fun. However, I did have a couple problems with this movie. One was the villains, Jack and Jill. They are very poorly developed. They're only in maybe 5 scenes of the film. And I found out they were voiced by Billy Bob Thornton and Amy Sedaris. And having Billy Bob Thornton in the voice of a villain, that's just wasted right there. That guy can kick ass as a villain, whether he's animated or not. Also, the film is very badly paced in parts in which the first half just brisks by like that, but then when it gets to the adventure part and up through the ending, it slows down a lot, but it soon picks itself up at the same time, but still, it just felt kind of inconsistent at times, in which it would slow down for a while and then speed up, and it kind of felt like a jump rope pattern. But overall, besides those flaws, Puss in Boots is still a very fun family animated film, a good spin-off for the character of Puss in Boots as well, so I'm going to give this movie a very solid 3.5 out of 5 stars. I had a decent time with it, I had fun, I laughed, and despite my few nitpickets, it's still a very enjoyable film, definitely for kids, and maybe even for adults, because there were some pretty good adult jokes in there too. So if you enjoyed my review of Puss in Boots, make sure to click the links below for my Facebook and Twitter to stay updated on what movies I'll be catching, screenings, and even my published reviews. That's right, I am a published film critic now because I'm writing for my college's newspaper. I have a published review of Footloose down below that got published 2 weeks ago, and I'm going to be writing a written review for Puss in Boots, which is going to get published next week, so if you follow me on Facebook and Twitter, make sure to stay tuned to the links that I will get for that in the future. So in the meantime, I'm Tyler from Calicut Reviews. The first edition of Calicut Classics will go up next week, and I'll see you guys later.